Is it? It's hot in here. I'm sweating.
Oh, okay.
That's
shit, man.
Yes, that's what I said.
Oh.
That's what I said.
Okay, well, this has been the Next Aid Station.
We are now canceled. I'm sorry. I don't know what else to say, but you asked. Welcome back to the Next Aid Station. I am your host, Jake Kilgore. Mick in all black today.
What's up, Dingle Dick?
Oh, yeah, that's me. Bro, you got no logo on the shirt, nothing on the hat?
All black. Juneteenth, baby.
Happy Juneteenth. Hey, everyone. This podcast is probably releasing Sunday or Monday leading up to Western States. But first and foremost, happy Juneteenth to everyone. Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, hang on. Sorry.
Hold on. Cheers.
Cheers. I got my coffee. Iced coffee.
Yep. We are shooting this a couple of days early.
My black coffee.
Oh, you have black coffee with a all black shirt.
You know what I'm saying?
I wore a black shirt, but sprinkled it with a little bit. Little white, little Next Aid Station.
That's rude, Jake.
No. It's welcoming. It's inclusive.
White shirts get every other day. Okay?
That's only fair.
Black shirts today.
It's only fair. The banks are closed, but our black employees are working today. And on my way over here, I gave a big old, bro hug and shake to our dog, Arizona Ron.
Yeah.
Yep.
Arizona Ron getting rapped about by Biggie.
Yeah.
Facts.
So, quick story, Arizona Ron.
Driving his Yukon
in Tucson.
Yep.
He met.
He was a driver.
He was the driver of Biggie?
Biggie Smalls.
Biggie Smalls. What's his other rapper name? The one that got shot.
Notorious B.I.G.
There we go. The Notorious B.I.G. So for our listeners, we have an employee, Ron. He literally goes by Arizona Ron from Tucson, driving his Yukon because he drove Notorious B.I.G. around, and they met. And so they met. Notorious B.I.G. has a whole paragraph lyric in one of his songs about our dog, Ron. So happy Juneteenth to Ron and all of our friends.
It also happens to be my son Dean's birthday.
What's up, Dean? Shit, Dean.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Happy birthday, Dean, man. Okay, big week as always, but this one's special. We have been talking about this year's Western nearly every episode. It gets sprinkled in. So we want to dedicate an entire episode to Western States, and we're pushing it out a few days early because I, as you know, am leaving to Lavaredo. So this week, as you're listening to this, is Western States and Lavaredo.
Bet.
Let's do it. So I ended up doing one of my last couple big training runs the last couple days, and the hay is in the barn.
It seemed to me like you trained hard. How you feeling, buddy?
It feels like to me I trained hard. The last few days, it's been a struggle to get out. I'd say the last week or two.
You're ready to roll.
Yeah, I kind of have this I can go hard for 8 weeks, but once it goes week 10, 11, 12, I'm just I need a week of downtime and a race.
Of spaghetti.
And then I eat the spaghetti and get ready for Lavaredo.
See, so have you, while you're training, running, climbing mountains, are you also training your body? Not to be gross, but I'm a little worried for you because you usually have to, as soon as someone says, hey, trail running, you have to go poo. And I'm like, there's going to be thousands of runners going up that mountain at Lavaredo. What are you going to do?
Do the Italians...
I don't know what you do when there's
thousands
of people.
They pose the question, does a bear...
shit in the woods?
No, wait. Yeah, is that the question? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like when you ask an obvious question.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you ask an obvious question. Oh, yeah, there's a bear crap in the woods.
No.
Oh.
No. does a bear shit in the
Oh,
woods?
does a bear shit in the woods? Is
Thank
the
you.
actual okay? Does an Italian shit in the woods?
I don't know. Not when there's that many people around. You're just like, hey,
Congo line.
hold my rock star.
Okay, there's 0% chance that of the 15,000, someone doesn't duck off that trail and like hit
Ma-
one.
Hey, man, maybe over there it's just like, hey, buddy,
You got me?
don't make eye contact. Do like a buffer bush.
Over there.
You know, you got to do
Hey.
a buffer urinal.
On Juneteenth, you can't talk about them like them.
I'm not. I'm
They-
talking about Italians.
Them over
Yes,
there.
I can.
Those guys.
Those guys, the Italians.
So, okay, because you asked. A couple of years ago, I was on a great routine. I'd wake up, do my business,
That's what you should do.
trail run.
Yeah.
You are like a clock.
Everything in my life.
I
Bed,
know.
Wake up,
It's
coffee.
It's nice, but it's also somewhat pathetic.
Maybe so. But I feel the best when I
But
am
it's you.
routine.
And it's Juneteenth, and I am inclusive of everything and everyone.
Thank you.
Poo when you want. How you want.
Okay.
Black coffee or not. So, and then like this year and last year, but mostly this year, I got like no routine, bro. Like none. Even when you used to say, "Hey, let's go running," I got it. My body would just
I know.
Pavlov's dog, and I was like, I got to take a dump.
Yeah, somebody said the word trail running. The words trail
Uh-huh.
running.
Well, and I already told the story several pods ago about me on Antelope Island.
Yeah, that was funny.
So typically, I think this is common in trail running, but like you get like 2-3 miles in, like you get a 20-30 minute in, it just kind of shakes everything up, and you're like, I gotta go.
I wish I would have jumped on the tramp before this race.
Yeah,
That's what you got to do.
Who you jumping on the tramp with?
Chepe. You got to jump on the tramp before you start Lavaredo.
And then no cube it, just no cube.
No, no cube. Just tramp finger. You're good. you will be good to go.
Tramp finger.
Run.
Poo.
No.
Oh my gosh,
That is
I'm
your
sweating. Is it
that's
hot
your
in here?
training plan.
Okay, let me get to this story.
Sorry.
So, anyway, I've just been not on schedule, and I can't tell you where I was because I don't want to get arrested
Oh boy.
again. Well, bro, on one of these runs in recent time,
Runs. Okay, sorry.
I finished. The last few times I've just been finishing my whole run and then just been like, bro, I gotta go, and I'm good. I go somewhere. But I got to this said parking lot where I was gonna trail run, and I'd already driven a short, a decent period, 20, 30 minutes from my house, and I hit my Rockstar, gave a little caffeine, maybe that moved, had some movement in me, something. And so I get to this parking lot, and I'm like, there's no bathroom here. Some of the parking lots, like major trailheads, will have a nice bathroom, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, cool. I'm at Adams Canyon. I'm at Rattlesnake, whatever it's called, up Mill Creek Canyon. And you're like, great, awesome. Public bathroom right at the trailhead. It's great. Well, this one didn't have one. I looked all around. And it's kind of in a neighborhood, but not really. And I was like, I backed my Tesla up into the shade. And behind me was like a neighborhood and a house. And I was like, okay, well, it's like shaded. And I'm looking around. I'm like, I know the trail I'm about to go on. And I'm like, there's no way I'm going on that trail. I got to like find somewhere. And you got to be sanitary and all this stuff. And so I'm like, okay. I look in my glove box for wipes.
I'm
napkins.
uncomfortable right now. Continue.
I look in my glove box. I don't have anything. But I got something in my trunk to to wipe with.
Okay.
But I'm like, okay, where am I going to drop this load?
Can I timestamp this and like just skip it live?
I should have given a Stephanie Case explicit warning before. Explicit warning now, you may skip to the next story. But now that we're halfway through it, people are on their on the edge of their
I'm
seat.
on the edge of my truck in a shaded neighborhood. What's up?
So you know what was in my glove box?
The registration?
The insurance card? No. I had one doggy poop bag.
Oh.
I'm like, oh.
Wait, did you poo into it?
So I'm like,
hang on a second.
I'm
What's
like,
up,
I'm
dog?
like,
Did you?
I'm like, you can't spoil the ending. So I'm like, okay, I got this doggy poop
Are
bag.
you shitting me?
I mean, that's a fitting statement. So, bro, I'm like, everyone uses these bags and picks up their dog crap and then ties it in a knot and leaves it on the side of the trail.
Yeah.
Can humans take a dump in a dog bag and leave it on the side of the trail and pick it up on the way back? It's a legitimate trail question. Uncomfortable? Sure. Sanitary? Yes.
I hate it.
Get it off the trail? Yes. It's annoying when your dog craps on the trail and you leave it. Get out of here.
You're just doing the right thing.
Bro. So I grabbed this bag and I'm like, I'm not picking up my own crap. I'm not going to like put the bag over my hand, scoop it, swoop it, swirl it, tie a knot. I'm not doing that. So I got the hatchback Tesla. So I look around, there's no one. Bro, I had my feet on the sidewalk.
Leave some for the imagination.
Feet on the sidewalk, ass in the back of my Tesla. And I'm like, I'm crapping into this bag.
What's happening right now?
I crapped in the bag, tied it off, and there was a garbage can right there.
Oh my God.
I tied it, wiped with the paper I had in my trunk, threw it all away.
I got it.
It's the most sanitary crap.
Did you have hand sanitizer?
Yes.
Oh.
I had everything right there at the trailhead in the back of my truck, in the back of my Tesla.
Do you have any deodorant? I'm sweating.
I'm sweating telling the story.
Some deodorant.
I had never done that. Have you ever tried to sit down and hold a bag right up to your butthole?
Yeah. Just before we started filming.
It's hot in here. I'm sweating.
Oh, okay.
That's
shit, man.
Yes, that's what I said. That's what I said.
Okay. Well, this has been the Next Date Station.
We are now canceled. I'm sorry. I don't know what else to say, but you asked. You asked.
I regret that question.
Well, maybe we decide to cut it out. Maybe we leave it in the pod. If it's in and you're listening, you're welcome. If you missed it, welcome back to the show. And you skipped that part of it. Good on you.
Good.
You're probably eating lunch. You cannot eat anymore. And you're just like, I'm disgusted with these animals.
You're like, so, Western states.
Anyway, we're here to talk about trail running and pro runners and Jake's Tesla and doggy bags. I need a breather.
We did it.
Wow, I couldn't even get through the story.
I'm sorry.
That was something.
I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm sorry. I also apologize, but I don't. We're unapologetically us, and Mick asked, so I told the story. Sorry. Next on our list of things, Mick's shaking his head, dying. Oh, whoops, I just hit the mic. I'm actually sweating.
I know. Of course you are.
I should have Strava'd that. I guarantee that was good for my recovery. Okay, bro. DC Peak story that broke yesterday. We were just talking about Sean Smith. Is that dude coming back to running? That night,
I know.
he posts, he's on his way back. He's running 3 to 5 milers, and the dog is signing up for DC Peaks.
That's what's up. Let's go.
I was pumped.
Hell
dude.
yeah.
I couldn't believe it. Out of nowhere.
That's what we want.
Yes. Sean, welcome back. Thank you for choosing DC Peaks and speedy recovery. You've got several more weeks and months to rehab and be ready, but
Oh, he's going to be
he'll be dialed. He'll be ready.
He's going to be fast.
Second DC Peaks story that happened to me today on the trail. I have been joking with my daughters to how fast our podcast is like growing because this is so fun. We're having a blast, and the following is like steamrolling. Listens, views, subscribes, all that. It's so fun. And so I joke around with my daughters that I'm trail famous.
Okay.
So I'm like, it's crazy. I'm on a trail, and
trail,
like, and like someone coming down, and I'm going up. So often during this training run, like the last 2 months, hey man, love the podcast. Hey, it's Jake, right? It's fun. Like that's cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
And I always share them with you, like, dude, people are listening, bro. Like, I'm getting comments on my Stravas about the podcast, which is way fun. And then today, I'm going up the trail. Dude coming down he sticks his hand out, and I pull my headphone out, and he's like, "Hey, Jake, Sam Hatfield. I ran DC Peaks last year." I go, "Oh yeah, dude, yeah. I remember you." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm training with my dad. I'm trying to see if my dad can get ready for your race this year."
Oh, cool.
So dope.
Hell yeah.
And I'm like, "Sam, what are you doing this week, this fall?" And he's like, "Oh, I was really hoping you guys were going to do your 100. So since you're not, I decided to do the goat rattler." And I'm like, "Oh, cool. Yeah, go do Jeremy's race." I go, "Race, quote, unquote."
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, we're all showing up for a group run at the goat rattler." I'm like, "Oh, dope, dude. That's cool. Well, hopefully," and I met his dad. And I was like, "All right, man. Yeah, I hope to see you guys this fall, and happy trails." It was cool, dude.
I love that.
It was a cool. And then this is where the trail famous moment. This is my first ever trail moment. I imagine Courtney's a bad example because she's an extreme. But I'm like, how often does Courtney on the trail, someone stop her in the middle of her training run?
Oh.
Sam stopped me. It's dope. I don't mind. I love it. And he took a selfie. He's like, "Oh, do you mind if I take a selfie? My wife's going to love this." I was like, wow, I'm taking a selfie on a trail.
Courtney, well, when we were talking to Jeff Browning in Arizona.
Oh, yeah, he didn't know who we were.
Well, of course not, but.
He knew.
No, he knew who we were.
He didn't remember, like.
It's not the part of the story. He definitely knew who we were.
Fine, Jeff. It's fine. You're old. You have Alzheimer's probably. It's fine.
No,
Stop. Why are you bagging on Jeff?
He said everywhere he goes around there, like it's getting more and more that everybody recognizes and talks to him.
We were in Flagstaff.
I know.
And Jeff Browning was there.
Yeah. So that's why I'm like,
we're in Davis County, and yeah, okay.
He's like top extreme, like with like Courtney when it comes to just famous.
Everyone knows who you are.
Oh yeah.
And it's not like everyone knows who we are, but
nobody knows who I am.
Oh, they know.
My Instagram's hidden. My Strava's hidden. I don't like that stuff.
Why
are you on a podcast? Because it's fun.
I know you.
Thanks, buddy.
Biblically, I know you as
well.
Whoa! Just to share a little insight.
False.
I love you. Okay, next, because today is Thursday, Juneteenth. It is Game 6 of the NBA Finals.
We have a little bet,
and
whoever loses has to grow their hair out for 6 months.
Whoa.
We're both. Look at this.
Why? Why would you do that to either one of us?
Take your hat off.
What, you want me to take anything else off? Or?
Nope, hat's fine. Growing that shit out for 6 months straight. Skullet.
6 months is crazy. I would go whoever loses rolls with a mustache for a month.
Oh, that would be fun.
Just mustache. You got to shave this, though.
Shave everything?
Because you can't be like, I have a mustache.
Like a cop, fireman stash.
Straight mustache. Just mustache. We would have to shave the beard.
1
month.
That's terrible.
That is way better than freaking Skullet for 6 months. Are you kidding me?
I don't know if it's terrible. I think it's when I see a dude that's doing that, I'm like, yeah, dog, get your Tom Selleck on.
Yeah, but you can't pull it off unless you're Grant Barnett.
The skull. I'm talking about the stash.
Yeah, those guys can just pull stuff off.
All right, you want to do it?
We're old.
You want to do it? 1 month stash.
1 month stash.
I got OKC.
And I got the Pacers.
You got Pacers.
All that matters is tonight's game.
Whoever wins,
tonight's game.
the other person starting immediately.
Yes.
The next morning.
Yes.
You shave everything except for the stash.
And you gotta you gotta shave the beard at least every 3 days.
You're not doing that on your 2-week trip.
I'm not. You're right, because the Pacers are gonna win tonight. Thank you. On that note, we have been getting messages from tons of people about our NBA commentary, and Preston Wood, Utah runner, who is like assistant to the race director at the Bear 100.
Assistant to the assistant.
Yeah, he's like involved in a way. He's been messaging us directly, like texting, wanting to like banter and talk crap about the NBA and different things. I'm going to dial up Preston. He is driving to Silverton right now because he got into Hard Rock off the wait list.
Oh, that's right.
And I'm going to dial him up, and we're going to talk quick NBA, but I'm also going to get his Western States predictions. So again, it'll be worthwhile talking to him because it should be bantersome, as one may say. So the phone is ringing. Hopefully he has good reception where he's driving.
What are you doing?
This is Jake with the next aid station. I'm looking for one Preston Wood.
He's a little busy right now, but can I take a message?
Yeah, what's he busy doing? Driving to Silverton?
Yeah, he's on the famous Highway 6 in the middle of nowhere, almost to I-70, just one of the most beautiful places in the entire state of Utah.
You guys should open up a race down there.
Yeah, I've heard it's a real destination type spot.
Okay, dude. Well, it is Thursday. It is Game 6 of the NBA Finals. Who do you like?
Well, I really was a big fan of what the Halliburton in Indianapolis has been up to this playoff. He's been a total NBA playoff terrorist, just ruining people's lives, especially the Knicks. Even if his choke sign was a little premature in game 1, and they still won, even though it wasn't the game winner. I've just been a big fan, but now he's injured. It's going to be OKC in a landslide, I think.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you said that after Mick and I just made a bet because Halliburton wasn't injured, and then he had like 4 points in this last game and got blasted. I'll be honest. I didn't know he was injured, and I just made a bet, and I might have to wear a freaking mustache for a month, Preston.
Yeah. Well, he's got a bum hamstring. Maybe he'll try to go again, but I just don't think T.J. McConnell off the bench there is going to get it done against Shea and company.
Okay. Well, give me your why all the hate on mine and Mick's takes on the NBA, man? Are we just too freaking old and we don't understand young, new era basketball?
Well, yeah, they're just tired and old. Like, MJ. Yeah, he's great, right? He's right there, the best ever. Go ahead and say it. But to say that basketball was better in the 90s when, games were ending 75 to 69.
That sounds whoa.
Which is a great score line. Right?
Yes.
Scoring 69 points is great and all.
You have my attention.
It's one of my favorite numbers, but in a basketball game, I like to see the ball go in the hoop.
Yeah, okay. If it's 130 to 140, that can be fun.
That's not that fun either, though, right? That's the other extreme, right? We want some shot making. We want some offense. We don't want to watch like Kobe throw the ball into Shaq and watch him dribble 10 times. I'm not a huge fan of that either. I like ball movement. I like open shots. The Warriors winning exciting games against the Cavs in the finals. That's exciting.
Yeah.
108 to 100.
Okay.
Enough scoring to keep you engaged. But, sure, MJ's the GOAT. That's fine. That's not a bad take. I can't argue with you there. But to say basketball in the 90s was better when nobody could score, and you had like guys like Antoine Carr playing for the Jazz that couldn't do anything with his sports goggles, and Jose Ortiz, and I mean, like those guys were Felton Spencer. Those guys weren't basketball players.
Okay. These are super valid takes. What is the best era of NBA? The best decade of basketball.
It depends on what you like. I mean, I think realistically, you could say the 80s, even though it was so unpopular, you had to watch games tape delayed, right? Like to watch Larry and Magic live was hard to do. But I think the late 80s was kind of the perfect blend of there was a lot of dynamic offense, but they were probably a little bit tougher than the guys are today.
Okay.
I think the late 80s was probably the golden years. I mean, I think you throw Larry Bird in the modern NBA and he just dices it up. You know, maybe Magic struggles because he couldn't shoot a jump shot, but he'd still be good.
I think we agree. I think we're very very close on our takes.
Yeah, but they make a lot of shots now.
They make a ton. They're almost unguardable, to be honest. Like every player, you need to be unguardable one-on-one, or you don't have a spot on any team.
Yeah, and I think that's what I enjoy about the game most now is I feel like it used to be the NBA Finals was decided on who your best player was or your best two players, and now guys down the line are the ones making big shots. And you got to have your 8th and 9th guy be able to make shots, or else you're not going to win. So I think overall the game is deeper. I wouldn't say it's a better game. The playoffs, they officiate better than the regular season. Regular season basketball right now is horrible.
Okay, to my point of the NBA product is terrible.
Yes, I mean I like the playoffs, so I think the playoffs get officiated better.
Yeah,
I think they let them play unless you got Scott Foster in there coming in game, whatever game that was. What would it have been? Game 4 to save OKC from being down 3-1.
Bro, the fact that you just shout out name dropped a referee's full name is wild.
Well, I mean he's a cheater, so you got to know.
So you know who the cheaters are. Yeah.
You guys ever listen to that podcast, the Tim Donaghy thing, where like he got caught cheating and then he tried to say, well, everybody's cheating, including Scott Foster, and it's an interesting listen. It cost the Kings an NBA championship. Okay,
I mean, I do think the Kings should have won that series against the Lakers. I'm guessing you're talking about 2000.
Yes, I am talking about that series.
Yeah, Chris Webber, Mike
when
Bibby.
Chris Webber fouls out in like the third quarter, I think there might be something fishy with that. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to hit you with some trail running real quick. The last time I traveled on a flight longer than 2 hours to run a race, an ultra race, was with you flying to Hawaii. And that didn't end very well for either one of us.
That went great for both of us, didn't it?
We ended early and got to the beach. Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
We cut the race at 50 miles. We're like, let's go to the beach. This sucks.
It did suck. That is the Hurt 100 for everybody out there. If you want to get your ass kicked, it's a good place to go.
It's a great place to go, and then go right to the beach when you drop out early.
Exactly. I've done it twice.
Yes, you have. So hard. So yeah, I'm on my way to Lavaredo. So we're shooting the Western States episode a bit early, only a few days early for us. But quickly, who you like on the women's podium for Western this year?
It's the women's race. I think is a bit open, but I think you got to go with Fu Zhao is the favorite coming off the second place finish last year. I think she'll probably get the job done this year. And then I kind of want sentimental picks, like for the rest of my podium. I really think Emily Hoggett's due for a podium spot again. She's always just right there, right in the mix. Don't think she can win, but I think she'll finish second. And then I like Tara Dower. She just competes. She ran a great Black Canyon, fresh off her Appalachian Trail FKT. And I just think she's motivated because I don't think a lot of people are talking about her to actually compete at a foot race where she's going to have to run instead of just hike. So that's my women's podium. What do you guys have for your women's podium?
Any chance that a female goes sub 16?
Yeah, I think Fu Zhao will.
She'll drop 20 minutes off her last year's time.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, let me put it this way. I think it's sub 16 or bust for her and a couple of the women in the field.
Yeah.
I think that's what they're all gunning for. Just like, I think if Jim had been racing, it was sub 14 or bust, right, for the men. I think the women are kind of there for sub 16.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I do agree. It's somewhat open. No Courtney, no Katie, right? So that it automatically is like, oh, it's wide open. But there's so many. There's what, 6 or 7 returning top 10s. I think 6 female top 10s returning. And then a bunch of Tara Dower, Marianne Hogan types. Like I like Marianne Hogan a lot actually this year.
Yeah, I think that's a great pick. I mean, it's a really deep field, but because Courtney and Katie aren't in the race, it kind of feels like it's open, and maybe it's not wide open. Maybe somebody's going to come blow everybody's doors off, but it should be fun to watch.
Yeah, yeah. Who you got on the men's side with no Jim, no Hayden, no John Ray, no Shen? Who do you like?
Yeah, it's still super deep. I mean, we've
Yeah.
still got a couple former champions in it. And that's who I've got finishing 1 and 2 is Killian, the goat of all goats, winning this. And I think I don't know that he'll go under 14 hours, but I think he'll be pretty close, weather dependent and conditions dependent. And then I think Peterman finishes second. That guy is just tough to beat. He's won the race, maybe in a bit of a slower year, but he wins. He just wins, or he's a podium guy everywhere he goes. And then sentimental pick with third, give me Caleb Olson. Lambert Park, less than 10K, course record holder, and 2-time champion. That's the road to a podium spot at Western States.
Yeah. I mean, you're not going to find us arguing with those at all. Mick, massive Killian fan. I'm a big fan. I'm also a fan of, I don't know, I go back and forth with Killian. It's tough to pick against him, but dude, if I'm picking against him, I like Adam Peterman. I actually, for the last 7 days, have had Adam Peterman 1, Killian 2, oddly enough. But I don't know.
Yeah.
We're going to give our predictions here in the next 30 minutes, and then we'll finalize it, and you can tune in next week, Sunday, Monday when we release to see exactly where I land. But I might be swayed. Mick might sway me.
All right. Yeah, I mean, it's tough to say. I mean, if Jim were here, I think Jim would be the favorite, right? Just with his experience at Western, with his ability to run in the heat. I mean, Killian's training like crazy in the heat. He's doing like these 3-hour heat training sessions on the bike because he doesn't sweat, and he's trying to make himself sweat so he can cool down. And I think he's just doing everything to win this race, where when he won it in the past, he just kind of showed up and ran and was just like, whatever. So
he's amazing. Yeah, unreal.
Yeah, he is.
Well, cool, man. Hey, I'm glad we could touch base. Safe travels out to Silverton. Congrats on getting into Hard Rock. And freaking get it done, dude. Get it done, will you?
Oh, I'll get it done. I got a bone to pick with you guys about last week's episode, though.
Oh, yeah. What's up?
You guys got to get your Squaw Peak facts straight.
Well, the fact that you called it Squaw Peak makes me happy. Thank you for doing that.
Well, I mean, we can call it what we want. I mean, I could just call it the SP50 to keep everybody happy. I'm usually pretty PC, but I know that this podcast is, pretty wide open. It's the wild, wild west, just like old John Bozung's race.
Where do we mess up, man? Where do we mess up?
Yeah, so Zach Garner doesn't even have close to a top 5 time in the race's history with that 805. The ultra sign-up, for whatever reason, doesn't log all the past results. Hayden Hawks is the course record holder. He ran it in 7:28. Meltzer ran it in 7:35. I think there's been like 10 or 11 guys run under 8 hours before.
Okay.
So, on that same loop. And then I just had to give a shout-out to Leah Yingling, too. She's the women's course record holder in 8:48. So,
yeah, she ran that like in 2018 or 19 or.
Yeah, she'd probably run significantly faster.
Yeah,
now.
clearly
well,
we just
not
pull
right
up.
now, but after she gives birth to her child, I'm sure she would run much faster than that now.
Yeah, obviously we just pull up ultra sign up, and I'm like, oh, Zach Garner won too, and that's that.
Yeah.
I didn't even know what he was talking about.
Zach had a good run, but 805, I mean, like that's Mike McMonagle's run 805 there, right? Like I'm a Squaw Peak nerd, 5-time finisher. I have the vest with the dream catcher on back that you get for finishing 5 times. I should show you guys it one time.
Yeah, that green, the green vest.
Yeah, the green vest.
How many times did he finish DCP?
And then also Bozung is turning the race over to a new team of leadership there.
Yes,
so I know that you guys were you were talking a little bit about Finn's vibe. I think John Mock and the Timp Trail guys that are taking it over will get kind of a happy medium between the old school and new school vibe at Squaw Peak. They might actually even have an Instagram page when it's all
Wow.
said and done.
They're going like full internet.
Yeah. So I just had to give you guys shit, though. I could be your fact checker. I can talk shit on you guys not knowing that. So
Hey, we love a good fact checking. We get comments all the time. I've got a comment at the end of this podcast, but I'll just bring it up now. We called Tim Tollefson the race director of Broken Arrow. Clearly, he is not. Our bad. We also said Broken Arrow is in Mammoth, and it's not.
And
it's
is
in
not.
Olympic Valley. So yeah, we sit down with a small agenda and we rap. Clearly.
clearly, and you do a hell of a job at it.
Well, thanks, bro. Well, thanks for
I feel
tuning
like
in, man.
This was too straight laced, though. I didn't get to really hit stride. You guys are funny. I feel like I'm not funny right now. I'm just I'm Stat Geek Preston that came to talk about basketball and give you a rundown of the history of Squaw Peak.
It's all good, bro. We appreciate the insight and the love. We're glad that you support the pod, support us, and support what we're doing, because it's a big trail community, and we love it, and we do it our way, the way we know how to do it, and the way we enjoy it. We do it because we have fun. So it takes a lot of people to get this done, but we appreciate the support, man.
It does. Is Mick there? Is he listening to this, or is it just you?
He's right here listening.
Okay. Is his hamstring healed up yet after his big race?
My hip flexor. Yeah, it's good to go.
Yeah.
It's good to go.
Yeah,
Yes, it was your hip flexor.
Yeah. He's been seeing what PT. You did some recovery boots. He's really been on the recovery since that big race.
Yeah, I think we should do like a race director and assistant to the race director, because that's all I am. 100-yard dash one time and see how that goes.
I'm out, dude. I'm out.
Who's around here? Yeah.
There's a ton of them, dude.
If it's a 100-meter dash, I'm in. If it's an ultra marathon, I'll lose.
We'll do a 100-meter dash so you can win, Nick, because you'd kick my ass.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Oh my hell, this would be funny
that
if we
would be
did that
so
and
funny.
actually got like Cody and
Oh
Finn.
Yeah,
Get Finn
your
in there.
Skags
The
out
lady
there.
that-
Get Skags out there, man.
Get
the lady
Skags.
the owner of UTMB.
Uh-huh.
What's that lady? She
The
doesn't stand a
president.
chance in hell.
And we'll get her out there.
We'll get the Wasatch guys. We'll get
Dude, we'll get Jamil. We'll get Candace. We'll get the whole freaking crew out there. We'll have heats and waves.
Candace would love a reason to beat you guys at something.
Yeah, she would. She'll probably go for the world record.
Put it
Guinness
on.
Book of
I'm
World
down.
Record.
Let's go. I will
Most
actually.
consecutive days running a 100-yard dash.
I'll come out of retirement. I'll come out of retirement to race these guys.
Okay. All right, bro. We got to jump. We got a whole list of Western to cover. We appreciate it, dude.
Okay, you guys have a good one. We'll talk to you later. Good luck in Italy.
All right. Hey, good luck out there, bro. Get the training in. Thanks, Preston.
Thanks.
See you, bro.
We'll see you. Bye.
Oh, my gosh, dude. That was great.
Yeah, I love him.
Our room in here is 1,000 degrees.
Yep. It's because
It's hot.
we started off hot.
Yeah, we did, and I have not cooled down. Okay, well that was interesting. That was fun. A little something different. We've only done that twice ever on the pod. Bill Hyatt, now Preston. Just a little different insight. We're gonna skip. We don't need to rehash the NBA takes. I think we got enough. I want to jump into the lead stories of Western 100 this year. They didn't call it the Western 100, Western States 100. They just call it Western. It's like when you know you've arrived. Wasatch. They know you've arrived when
Isn't
they
it the
own-
Wasatch back?
I think it is. When people are like, hey, have you ever done the Wasatch back?
Yeah.
I'm like, huh? Have I ever hiked it? Sounds like you're a through hiker. But you know you've arrived when you only use their first name. Jim, Katie, Courtney, Hayden, Western. You just know.
Mm-hmm.
You have arrived. Mick.
Thanks.
Lead stories. I'm not going to tire everyone with the 4, top 10 men that are out. The story I like, because we do enjoy following and rolling with the 200. The 200-mile, let's call them 200-mile runners because they're elite 200-milists. Dan Green, who just won Cocodona 250. He also placed third at Javelina 6 months ago.
He's fast, dude.
Or whatever, 8 months ago. M3. He got in off the wait list.
Cool.
Harry Schubertus. We know all about his 200s. We don't need to rehash. Stringbean Joe.
Yep.
He went M3 just 4 months ago at Black Canyons. And he won the Tillamook 50 miler just a couple of months ago.
He can push it.
Of those 1, 2, 3 runners, who has the best chance of getting in the top 10?
Well, I've already picked Harry.
Okay, you can change your mind.
No, it's rude, Jake.
Before you just jump.
I kind of think Dan Green. He's so fast, dude.
You know who he lost to at Javelina? Lost. He podiumed. He didn't lose to anyone.
Yeah, he did. He lost to 2 people.
Yeah. You know who he lost to?
Nope.
David Roche.
Yeah.
Everyone, I think, loses to David Roche.
Not surprised.
And I've got it on
David
here.
Roche is on my podium, dog.
Yeah?
Yep.
Sorry, I got to scroll because I was blanking. Jeff Mogavero. That's who he, quote unquote, lost to.
He's in this.
Yeah, because those 2 got golden tickets. So, Dan, that's who Dan Green lost to, right? That's what we're talking about? I think that's a very good pick. I think the biggest conversation coming out of that is like, cool, well, he just won Cocodona. There's no way he's anywhere near fresh or as rested as the other
Yeah.
guys.
I didn't really pay too much attention to that. But Bigfoot, you know.
Yeah?
Or not Bigfoot, excuse me, Tahoe.
Yeah. Kind of, it speaks to your Pete pick. So I like Dan Green. If those 3 are all on equal recovery level, I like Dan Green. Since you are picking Harry, unless you're changing your mind.
No, I already picked Harry to be in the top 10 earlier, but
Okay.
you asked out of those 3 people, and I think out of those 3, Dan Green's pretty damn fast, dude.
Okay, because I'm here in a minute. I'm gonna give you my 10-1, my picks, 10 through 1 men. Okay,
Right.
And so at 10th, because I'm a fan of the 200 miler and these fast elite athletes running 200s, I want to see more of that. I am going to take Stringbean Joe 10th, Joe McConaughey 10th.
Okay.
You can have Harry Schubert as 10th because I know we're both cheering for him. I just think the speed and turnover, I like Joe out of those 3 only because Dan Green just did Cocodona.
Okay.
2 top 10 females from last year. They done got knocked up. So they're not in the race. Leah Yingling, Rachel Drake.
Oh, yeah.
They're like
Good for them.
very, very good friends. I think there must be something in the Utah elite trail running water.
No, when you're close friends, you get on the same cycle. Fertility's open for business at the same time.
So congratulations to Rachel and Leah. Hopefully we see them in Western in a year or 2. If
they'll
not,
be back.
good luck to them and their families. I think this is each of them having their first child. Bro, Rachel Drake, just try to comprehend this for a second.
Okay.
Top 10 Western States runner and athlete. Nike sponsored, so there's demands there. Her husband, Tyler Green, top 10 runner. Dope Nike athlete, one of the best Americans. Moved to Utah, and they got to maintain all the running and all the races and sponsorship stuff. And she's going to medical school and has a kid and can race top 10. That's one person.
Yeah. Talented.
So next time someone's like, I'm busy. Are you? You should talk to Rachel Drake.
Yeah, she's busy.
Medical school? If I'm in medical school,
probably-
that's the only thing I'm doing.
No, bro, she probably has to go run or to clear her mind.
From the books and the studies.
Like if I mean, even in with my life now, I don't feel good if I don't exercise.
Sure. But
She's probably the same.
45 to 60-minute exercise is obviously awesome for anyone's soul, especially how much work and pressure we have as fathers and husbands and work, employment, obligations. That's not what she's doing.
I know, but if you're pregnant and going to medical school and you're still getting in an hour running, you're not going to top 10 Western.
Yeah.
So,
But okay, well, last year she went to medical. She's moved to Salt Lake medical school. I'm so impressed, dude.
yeah, it's awesome.
That's crazy, dude.
A lot of it, like,
Then she went and set the JFK 50
ton of
course
it is
record, I
just-
think.
no, not to take anything away from her, but if you're going to top 10 Western, a ton of it is just you are blessed with that. It's just genetics. You still have to run and train your ass off and nutrition and be dialed. But a lot of people do that. And you're still not going to top 10 Western. You have to have something natural.
I've had that take before, and I totally agree with you. What percentage of the top, like let's just say top 10 Western? What percentage of them?
We've asked top runners this.
Yeah, what percent is
We
DNA?
can't get a straight answer.
Yeah, because
Nobody knows.
a top run. I think we asked Sabrina. Actually, I did last year.
Yeah, she thought it was training.
Yeah,
not
because she was naturally
You have
DNA
to
superior.
You have to have both. There are people that put in 100-mile weeks and they're never going to touch the top 10 at Western.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
like you have to have both.
Yeah, and have started earlier and ran cross country, and not always, but college.
I could go run in my 20s all day, every day. Coaches, trainers, food dialed, physical therapists, everything you could ever ask for. I'm never beating Killian.
You don't need to be Killian to top 10.
I'm just saying, like to be the best.
Yeah. No,
You're
I'm
right.
with
You're
you.
right, though. We're saying top 10. Sure, I would still never top 10.
Even 20 years ago when you were in your quote unquote prime,
Yeah,
if you're 25 to 30 years old.
it's the same in every sport.
Yeah.
Go play basketball every day.
You're like, I'm not 6'9" and
You're
with
never
a
making the
40-inch
All-Star
vertical.
team in
Sorry.
the NBA.
Yeah, sorry, I don't have that. You can't teach height. Okay, so on the women's side, then there's no Katie Scheid. What is Katie doing?
I haven't heard anything.
I didn't even look it up.
Do you? If
Hard Rock.
Oh,
She
she's
wants to
doing
put
hard.
everything into Hard Rock. Duh.
Okay, cool.
I don't know why I forgot that. Yes. She's going to Hard Rock, and so is Germain. They're both racing Hard Rock, I think. Yeah, we talked about it already.
Yeah.
She's putting it all into Hard Rock, which
Okay, Hard Rock and UTMB. That's a solid
that's a
year.
hardy year. Yeah, I'm down.
And
Okay.
she'll win them both.
No complaints. I ain't complaining. Just want to know where she was. So with the returning female, we have top 10 female. We have Fu Zhao at F2, Esther at F3, Emily Hawgood F4, Ida Nielsen F6, Heather Jackson F7. I believe that was her debut at Western. And Priscilla Forgy F9.
Those are all great runners.
I don't know how you pick against any of them.
Great field. Holy crap.
Yeah, dude. And then there's a bunch of runners who worked their way in. Aaron Clark, Tara Dower, Hannah Allgood, Shea Aquilano, Keely Henniger, Marianne Hogan, Abby Hall.
Shit.
They all got golden tickets, I believe. I don't think any of them are off of the lottery. So first question is this. Anyone not in the top 10 last year, auto entry, anyone who did not get a golden ticket, okay? Is there someone who slips into the top 10 from the lottery?
No golden ticket or no?
I just read all the top 10 returners, which is 6 out of the 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of the 10. And I read the golden ticket winners. Is anyone beating those
Yeah,
ladies?
there would probably be one person to slip into the top 10 that you didn't just name.
Okay, we're scrolling through it. Maybe we just come across a name that we recognize of someone who's like, oh, they are
It's
fast.
just something
and
always happens.
They got in off the lottery. I'm gonna say no. No shot, dude. This race is
There's
way
always
too
a shot.
big, way too competitive.
Hey, go back up.
There's so many golden tickets that there's no chance for a lottery
about
person.
Lin Chen.
I have her in my top 10, but I'm pretty sure
You didn't say her.
Yeah. Well, I know I haven't given my top 10 yet. She won Canyons and got a golden ticket.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, fine.
She DNF'd last year. So she had to win that to get in. Bro, she went 4th at Canyons, which means she barely missed a golden ticket and had to ball out at Canyons to get back in. That's so impressive. Back up against the wall, 2 months out from Western, you got to go podium Canyons to get in. That's pretty cool.
Chinese runners are popping up.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting. It's going to happen. I'm waiting for the African 100-miler, and they will dominate.
Yeah.
Come on. Where are you guys?
They're running Broken Arrow this weekend.
But once you start getting them in the 100-mile speedsters, watch out.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Okay. Leah Yingling took F10 last year.
Yep.
At a 17:33. The next closest person at 11th was 20 minutes behind her, which is a lot of time. Because top to bottom last year, if you remove Katie, because she's not in the race, and you have, what's her name? Fijang? F2 from last year. She ran a 16:20. Zhang Fuzhao. I think she goes by Fuzhao, the last name. Fuzhao ran a 16:20, and Leah went 17:33. So there's only an hour and 13 minutes from F1, basically F1 to F10 in this year's race, without a Katie or a Courtney. You cannot let the pack get away from you, the lead pack, or you're not top 10ing. An hour spread.
Yeah, they're too fast.
An hour spread is nothing. Relative to 100 miles, it's like, dude, you got to squeeze in, scooch on over.
Yeah, it's interesting. The faster these get, the less room for error.
Yeah. I was shocked when I looked that up. So my first kind of questions were like, okay, with Leah ran a 17:33, which I know all these times are getting faster. So you got to go sub 17:30 to have a shot. And that's a fast freaking time.
Yeah.
I will disagree with Preston. I don't think any female goes sub 16. I don't think that Fuzhao trims 20 minutes. And the reason I say she won't is because I don't think she'll have to. I don't think the winner has to go sub 16. I think without a Courtney and a Katie, I don't think that competitive we have to bust sub 16. I don't think that that's the mentality.
I always look at, like, is it going to be 5 degrees hotter on this year than previous years?
Well, and I heard at the Western States training camp over Memorial Day weekend, like the whole section that used to have beautiful tree coverage, like the fire just took it all down, and it's like fully exposed, bro. Just freaking hot, exposed.
I mean, it's always hot, but that wears on you.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, here's my top 10. Tell me, I'll go slowly. You give me your takes. I've got at number 10, Lin Chen, who we just talked about.
Okay.
She won Canyons.
That's who I was saying would get into the top 10. So
Yeah. I think 10th. I think she's going to be faster than 10th, but I couldn't leave her out, but I didn't know where else to put her. So I was like, okay, she's 10th. I like Shea Aquilano a lot. I don't know why, but I like her a lot. I put her 9th. Esther returns, but I think she drops and takes 8th. I like Riley Brady. I've followed a lot of stuff there. I think she can do really well. I got Riley Brady 7th. Tara Dower 6th. Hannah Allgood 5th. I think Heather Jackson improves her time and moves up a little bit.
Over Tara, huh?
I like Heather Jackson 4th. I don't know if she has enough to podium. Enough, like... I just don't know.
Don't know if I love having Tara that low.
Tara Dower 6th?
Yeah. But that's okay.
Yeah, I know. I don't know, dude. I did put Fu Zhao on the podium, but I put her at 3rd.
Okay.
She's
That's
got to be hands down the favorite just based off last year's time.
yeah, that's interesting.
So I went with her 3rd. I think Emily Hallgood is due for a podium spot 2nd. And I like Marianne Hogan's F2 at Canyons 2 months ago, even though she lost to Lin Chen. She took 3rd at UTMB.
You never know, dude.
So I went Marianne Hogan based off of like F3 at UTMB and F2 at Canyons. I was like, ooh, she's amazing.
Yeah,
dude.
she's fast.
How much did Lin Chen beat Marianne Hogan by? Click on that. Yeah, click on that. Emily Hogan won Canyons. What?
The 100K?
Oh, Lin Chen won the 100-miler. Is that how she got entry? That's not a golden ticket? Yeah, maybe that's not a golden ticket, bro.
Okay.
That I'm
there you
aware
go.
of.
No golden ticket into the top 10. There you go.
I hope she magically got in
Okay, then that's the answer.
from lottery.
My original pick stands.
Dude, I'm with you. That would be awesome if she got lotteried in.
Hot damn, Lynn.
Hot Lynn. Yeah. That'd be cool. Okay. Okay.
24-hour UTMB. She is psycho.
Bro, she was 4th at UTMB and Marianne Hogan was 3rd. So yeah,
That's fun.
these women are absolutely
Yeah, they're so fast.
so talented,
Cool.
dude. So there's my top 10. Who do you like to win it? I got Marianne Hogan.
I like Fu Zhao.
You like Fu Zhao?
Yeah.
I mean, you can't argue. Her time's crazy. Do you think she goes sub 16 like others are saying?
No, I have no reason to believe that she will.
Yeah.
I don't even know why. I'm not saying because she doesn't need to because of the field. I don't really have a reason why. I'm just like, it's hard to when you're that fast to take 21 minutes off.
So two very obvious things with my top 10. Oh, sorry, Esther. No, 1. Ida Nielsen from Sweden took F6 last year. I kept her off of my podium. Priscilla Forgy, F9, not in my top 10. So I went with 2 returners not making top 10 just because I think there will be 2 who don't. And they just happen to be the ones I picked, not because I have any sort of insight. I'm just like, no, I think 2, and those were the 2. I was just like, yeah, I think those are the 2 that could slip out.
Okay.
All right. Men's top 10. This, it's equally difficult, right? Because there's no Katie Courtney, there's no Jim, no Hayden. Whole bunch of talented, like jam-packed into talent where, like, I don't know who is actually faster or better or going to have a perfect race.
Right.
I will say, if you are going to top 10 in men's or women's in Western, you got to have a perfect race. Perfect race for you and a perfect race at your fitness level. It's the only way you're landing there.
Too much competition.
You cannot have a single blunder. Not one.
You could probably have one.
I don't think so.
Maybe not a blunder, but in chess speak, But you could have a mistake.
Some of those mistakes, though, may only cost you 2-3 minutes of time. But I know.
So I think you could have that and still be top 10.
But when you lose 3 minutes of time, let's say at mile 30, the mental of like, freak. Let's say I'm.
What would be an example of a mistake? Give me one.
Let's say Seth Ruling is running with the lead pack. I like him a lot this year. He's in. I think this is his first showing. The dude is. We talk about the best 50K runners in America. He might be it. Last week we talked about David Sinclair and other guy, and I think Seth Ruling might be it. So I love this dude to like podium, dark horse podium. My example would be he's put a lot of pressure on himself, his crew, to like, you pop into an aid station, boom, 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 swap out your vest, swap out your da-da-da-da-da. And what if it falls or gets tangled or it's not exactly right and you're freaking messing with something, you're trying to like change your shirt, and it's a NASCAR. Like,
yeah. So not a blunder. You didn't get lost.
No, but
it's a mistake.
It's a mistake that happens likely in a transitional state of it. And let's say he is running with David Roche and Adam Peterman for the first 50K.
Uh-huh.
And he's rolling with those dudes.
Yeah.
But they're so professional. Pros, in and out aid stations like we see Jim. Boom, 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 gone. If they do that, and then he's 1 minute behind them running by himself, big difference.
Sure, but
and I think that 1 minute grows to 2, grows to 3, grows to, because he's running by himself.
In a 100-mile race, these guys are running for, what, 15, 16 hours, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
If you have one mishap and it costs you a minute, you can still top 10. If you have multiple of those, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to have a perfect, absolutely not one tiny little thing didn't go wrong. I mean, maybe the winner, but...
no, of course you can still top 10 because you only lost a minute. But my feeling on it is the difference between running alone and running with a couple other dudes, that minute grows.
Well, there's no...
Because you don't know how far ahead they are. And then you're pushing and you're like, oh, freak, I'm losing them. And I don't see them around the corner. And you pull it into an aid station. You're like, oh, hey, how long ago did David leave?
I understand. But if David Roche is 1 minute ahead of you, you're going to have somebody else fast as hell with you. You're not really going to be by yourself.
Pick any of those names. I just happened to say David. But he's fine. He's running with Will Murray or Peter Franjo. They're all fast. I'm just saying, if he ends up running with someone ends up running with some guys, loses a minute, that minute, in my head, compounds. If you're all of a sudden by yourself.
Maybe I'm just not the person to speak to this because they're, like you said, they're racing like it's NASCAR. Mm-hmm. When I do a race, I'm like, let's whatever. Let's just do our thing.
Yeah, we're just chilling.
Like these guys are, every single thing, to your point, is dialed and professional, and this is...
I think they run into the aid station like this with their arms up, and they just throw the pack from 5 feet away. Right arm, left arm.
Do a little somersault into the dirt just cause. Badass. Yeah, so maybe I'm wrong.
So, returning men, to it being somewhat wide open, it is in the sense that only 4 of the top 10 are returning. Women's is 6. But 4 out of top 10 is like, hey, if I'm Vincent Bouillard or Seth Ruling, like, I got a shot, dude.
Oh, yeah.
There's only 4 dudes returning. And I say only very loosely because you got Rod Farvard M2, Dan Jones M4, Caleb Olson M5, Chris Myers M10. So those first 3 I mentioned are going to be in it. I don't know a ton about Chris Myers other than, bro, he only beat Blake Slatengren by 32 seconds.
To be in the top 10?
Yes, to get it to come back.
Well, there goes my minute theory.
That's what I'm saying, dude. He was on the track with Blake. Blake is behind him, sprinting a 400-meter dash for M10.
Pulling a hip flexor.
Like, yeah, he's pulling everything.
Ooh.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that was. I mean, if it was last year, right? Hayden took third and was on the track with Rod.
Yeah, look at those names.
So we're missing M1 Jim, M3 Hayden, M6 John Albin, M7 Tyler Green, M8 Shen, and M9 John Ray.
Wow.
So
Brutal.
for lack of a better
That
term,
sucks, actually.
that sucks. But lack of a better term, it's wide open.
I mean, for a top 10.
That's what I'm saying. For a top 10.
For a win, it's still wide open. You never know.
Okay, here's a question. How many of these elite runners, so any of the 4 returning men and all of the golden ticket winners, we'll consider them all the elites. Call it 15 runners, 20 runners. How many of them are thinking, I just have to freaking top 10 versus I'm going to win this thing? What?
I'll bet you there's, looking at those names, there's probably 10 dudes up there that think they can win this. And probably can. Adam Peterman.
Yep.
He knows. He's like, yeah,
He's
bring
won
it.
it before.
David Roach. He's like, let's go.
Yep.
Killian.
Yeah.
Rod. I didn't think Rod was, I already mentioned this before. I didn't even know who he was. And I'm like, bro, when are you going to drop off?
Speaking of mustaches,
didn't.
I'm probably going to be rocking a mustache at Lavaredo while Rod is rocking his stash at Western.
Yeah. So Rod.
Bro, I'm going to go full stash at Lavaredo.
Hell yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm excited.
Let's go.
Bree, I hope you're not listening. The race starts at 11 p.m. You'll be asleep. No, you won't. My whole family's going to be at the start line. It's going to be
What time
awesome.
did your race start?
11 p.m. Friday.
That's stupid.
I'm going to be asleep. Actually, you'll be awake. It's like 3 p.m. Utah
I'm
time.
not worried about me here while you run. I'm saying for runners, that's stupid.
No, I'm actually excited
Just
for
stay awake all day. All day.
And
And,
then
then right as
all
you're about
night.
to go to bed, start a race.
it. Not just a race. Big boy. Yeah, you're not. Yes, yeah, you're starting it's probably going to take me freaking 24 hours, 20 hours maybe if I'm lucky. The winner's going to win Lavaredo in 10 hours, dude.
I don't even understand how that's possible.
I don't know.
They're going to do it twice as fast as you?
Yes.
What the hell?
Yes, they are. Yeah.
Well, that
Ben Demon and Tyler Green are going to rock
doing
out
a
10s.
100-miler twice as fast as you.
Well, yeah.
Like a fast one maybe, but not one where you climb.
Okay, so I don't know. I guess you're saying I'll be under 20 because they'll be around 10. That's where the winner has been the last 2 years. Tom Evans and whoever else I looked at. It might have been Hans Nomberger, actually. I think he might have been one of the last
like
winners
you
there.
did Bear in 24 hours.
Yeah.
Nobody in the world is doing that twice as fast as you.
Okay. That's
Right.
fine. That's fair. That's fair. Okay.
So, I mean, still, yeah, go for 20 hours, dude.
My goal at Lavaredo is to finish before
Period.
I got to put my headlamp on.
Oh, and
Which is like 9 p.m.
Do you think that can happen? We had the same goal at Tahoe.
Yeah.
We almost made it.
We almost made it.
Not quite.
Just like Tahoe, just like Western, just like Lavaredo, the time of year is the very best to be running a 100-miler through the night. It's like 6-hour nights, dude. Like it's not even dark till like 9:30. So
Okay.
yeah, I got to finish by 9 p.m., which would be 22 hours. So yeah, I definitely think I can finish with no headlamp.
22 hours, and what will the winner do it in?
10.
So they are going to be twice as fast. I don't get it.
Yeah, I think
Psychos.
I'm going to try and go sub 20. That's the goal.
They're going to Aurelian Palaz up those mountains, bro.
They run every step of it, dude. They're
Yeah,
running
that's
everything.
the difference. That steep, they just fly.
They run all the steep, dude. So that's why I think it can be twice
Yeah,
as fast.
okay. That's crazy.
If it was just flat, no, it's not
Superhuman
twice as
shit right there, bro.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah. Superhuman, absolutely.
You're going to lose all this time in the bushes anyway. Blunder.
No, I'm going to bring a doggy bag. I'll be fine. Dude, I'll be so efficient. I'll be like, I've done this before. This is quick. I'm like a horse.
Your aid station
Bro,
captain will just have a bag open.
No, I'm like a horse in downtown New York. There's just a bag, right?
Yeah.
I just run around with a bag under my behind. Where were we?
We were just talking about how many people could win this, how many people think they can win it.
Rod, yes.
Hans.
Dan, yes. Caleb Olson,
Both Hans.
yes. Both Hanses. Hans Troyer, Hans Nomberger. David Roche, Adam Peterman. I think I said Killian. There's 8 right there. Jeff Mogavero. I bet he thinks he can win.
Yeah. Yeah. This is amazing.
Hans Troyer for sure will try to win. That dog is going for it.
Yeah.
He fast.
To answer your
Seth
question.
Ruling, I would not be surprised if he won this.
Yeah,
I'm
Seth
telling you
Ruling's
right
not
now.
going into this going like, oh, let's see how and he's going to show them what's up. He's bringing it.
Everyone
Yeah.
who is towing this line is like, I'm going for broke.
Yeah, they're
And I think they're salivating slightly. Going, dude, there's no freaking gym. There is no gym.
I know. Jim would have won it. Is that Killian's fastest?
Yeah, 15:29. 15:34,
His
yeah.
fastest is slower than Courtney's
Bro,
fastest.
he hasn't ran it in 15 years.
Courtney did it in 15:29 in 2023.
Yeah, and Killian ran it 15 years ago at a 15:34.
He's so fast though. Like I hate picking against him.
Scott can fact check me on this, but I'm going to relate it to this. Who was the first person to break the 4-minute mile?
Didn't they make a movie of it? Roger.
Roger Bannister was the first person to break the 4-minute mile somewhere in the 1920s. Okay? And I'm going to tell you this. The reason I'm telling you this story is it took forever to break the 4-minute mile. You know how long his record stood for?
No.
Like a month. Because all of a sudden, it opened this mindset cavity of, oh, it is possible. Oh, Roger did it. I can do it. That's 2010 Western States to 2025 Western States. Oh, yeah, I mean, I can break 15 hours.
You just run every step of this thing.
Yeah, like it was like, oh, I can just break. I can do like roughly a 15:30 and I'm going to win it. Like that's going to be fast enough. I don't even know if it's possible to run faster than that. And 15 years later, if you're going to be on the podium, you got to run an hour faster than Killian ran it in 2010. Just we open, like the glass ceiling as humans is always there until someone else does it. And they're like, oh, we look around like, huh, oh, yeah, it's possible. I guess you can run the Tahoe 200 on 0 sleep. Yeah, you sure can.
Mm-hmm.
Sure can. So this list it's entertaining.
I know.
Very, very entertaining. And I'm hoping that from Italy I can run my race, get back to my Airbnb, shower, and turn it on.
Oh yeah.
Because I'll be, 8 hours ahead? Or 9 from California-ish. I think it's like 9 hours. So I'm going to finish it. Let's say 20 hours from 11 p.m. is 7 p.m. That's noon. 10. Oh my gosh, dude. That's like 10 a.m. California time.
Well, you don't need to. It's a long race. You don't need to see the very beginning.
Right. So I'll turn it on and they'll be like 4 hours into the race. 4 or 5 hours into that's going to be perfect.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. This is going to be such
So are you picking Adam?
Well, funny you should ask. Here's my top.
I don't know what to do.
I'll give you my top 10 and then you can.
Okay,
You
go
can
for
pick.
it. Go for it.
Number 10, I already said, Stringbean, Joe McConaughey. I'm rooting for the 200 man to break.
I like
the mold.
him. He was really easy to cheer for.
Yep.
In that, what was that movie?
Yes.
That documentary, whatever it was called.
Yes.
The Chase.
Yes, The Chase.
Yeah, he's cool. I like him.
Yep.
I don't think he's getting top 10.
Okay.
That field's psycho crazy.
It is psycho crazy.
And that's
It's
not
psycho.
a knock on him. He's very, very talented. It's just
So you think Harry's going to beat Joe? Because Harry beat him in the Cocodona 250
No.
in 2024.
I picked him to take 10th, so I'm picking him to beat him anyway, not because he beat him in that
Okay.
race.
If Joe top 10s, I can shave my mustache off. We're doubling down. We're doubling down.
Okay, I'll give you that.
I got Joe. You got Harry.
Yeah.
Whoever loses tonight immediately goes mustache. But 10 days from now, the loser has a chance to shave said stash. Or they got to keep it for 2 months.
No, it's 1 month. I'm not doing it.
All right. We'll make a bet later. Okay, here's my top 10. Stringbean Joe, number 10. Hans Nomberger, 9.
Yeah.
8. Other Hans Troyer.
Okay.
Yes.
I got eyeball emojis on that.
Uh-huh.
I think he's probably higher than that.
Okay, well, you're going to have to find someone to scooch away.
Maybe I'm
Because
wrong.
wait till I drop these next names and you'll be like, what?
Okay, fine. I'll roll with you. Go.
Jeff Mogavero, 3rd. Now, I could be wrong because Preston corrected me on Ultra Signup. According to Ultra Signup, Jeff Mogavero ran the 3rd fastest ever time at Javelina.
What was the time?
So the top 3 times at Javelina were all ran this past October 2024. David Roche, dude I already said, and Jeff Mogavero.
Okay.
Who was second? This is the second time I've blanked their name.
Flip-flop for those for me, bro. I'll take Hans.
Finn, who was second at Javelina? Did I say Finn? Scott. Sorry.
You called him Finn? What's on your mind? Man crush.
Yeah. Jeff Mogavero was second? Okay. Duh, that's why I couldn't figure it. So, okay, he was second place behind Roche, but 3rd fastest ever time. So I like Jeff Mogavero 7th.
That's nice. I'm taking Hans over him.
Okay.
Flip-flop that.
Keep
for
your
me.
list. Seth Ruling is my dark horse 50K expert. I like him at 6th. I love dudes that are fast at like a 50K and first-time 100 milers.
They usually do pretty
I
damn
love that pick.
100K, 50K guys coming in.
And running it like a 50K.
Yeah. I know.
Hang on for dear life, and they
I
do.
can't remember. There was a female runner that was in the CCC.
Last year,
Oh, she was so fast.
was it Tony McCann?
Oh, was that her?
We were talking about, I think it was Tony McCann last year.
Same.
She won OCC in
Same
23, and we're like, dude, she's going to do great
Yeah.
in CCC. And I think she won.
Yeah, I like those.
Yeah. So I love the Seth Ruling pick at 6.
That's a fun one. That's like a prop bet.
Now, it is a great prop bet. And here's my other picks. I got to go away from my heart. These
Ooh.
next 2 hurt my heart.
Okay. Because you're not picking him to podium?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's a 2024 repeat. Caleb Olson, M5, 2 years in a row. Dan Jones, M4, 2 years in a row. I think they both run similar or slightly faster times, but just go M4, M5.
The odds of that are very low.
I mean, I just
Exactly 4 and 5 again.
sure, maybe they flip-flop, whatever. But I could not come to terms with picking them on the podium against my next 3 picks.
Okay.
I just couldn't.
Let me hear where you're going with this.
M3, Rod Farvard.
Okay. I would not. For no reason, he already proved me wrong. I probably this year wouldn't pick him to podium.
He's
I know.
the most recently
He's badass.
fastest,
He-
most experienced guy on the trail.
I have been wrong a lot.
And the fact that I'm picking an M3 actually hurts. I'm like,
'Cause we
why,
just-
why am I not picking him
I'll
to
tell
win?
you something. We just picked Rod.
He ran a 14:24.
We just picked him to do something. I can't remember what the race was,
Wear a mustache.
and he disappointed us. Just happened.
He got hurt or something.
Canyons.
He
Well,
dropped.
whatever, man.
Yeah.
Now it's in my head.
It's in your head. Okay. 14:24.
I know. I was watching. I'm like,
Blistering.
what? Who in the hell?
Who's this mustache
What is
man?
happening?
Yeah. So I got him third.
It's not like I'm cheering against him.
I know. You got to pick someone.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to pick him third.
Okay.
Second, Killian Jornet.
Okay.
First, because I'm a big fan of the comeback, and I don't think this guy can lose, Adam Peterman. Yeah. What do you notice about my top 10? I should have put him on the board, but you can't see him. There's a very obvious name not on my top 10.
David Roach.
Yeah.
That's dumb.
Well, I'm rolling with my pick, with my comment an episode or two ago. I believe he is DNF guy. He is first place or DNF guy. And
Hot take coming out.
Yeah, I said it an episode or two ago. And I'm like, yeah, I'm sticking with it.
Oh, so you're not saying that he will finish 12th?
He will not.
I see what you're saying.
He's win or DNF. Since I don't think he's going to win, I think he's going to DNF.
Woo! It is hot in here.
Take. Yeah, that's one man's opinion. That's all. Where do you put David Roche?
I definitely have David Roach podium.
Okay, give me your 3, 2, 1 then. No, give me your 5. Give me at least your top 5.
This is too hard. I hate it.
I asked you for top 10 2 days ago. You didn't even do it. So live on air, I'm going to say, bro, give me your top 5.
I like Adam Peterman. I like Killian.
Okay.
I like David Roach.
Okay. So is that your pick? 1, 2, 3.
I honestly,
give me 5 to 1. Who's taking 5th? I don't care if you go 1 to 5. Just give me your top 5, bro.
all right, bro. Here we go. Number 5, Rod Farvard. Number 4, Dan Jones. Number 3, Adam Peterman. Number 2,
You can't pick against Killian.
I know, dude.
But you're a big David fan.
I am. Okay. I'm not. I can't pick against Killian. I'm. Shit. Number 2, Killian Jornet. Number 1, David Roach. Go get it.
Oh my gosh. I do think if David is racing in the top 5, he muscles it out and finishes. I also think if he finishes if he's racing top 10, he'll finish because he'll want to return to next year and improve and fight back to win it. So I'm not saying first or nothing, top 10 or nothing, but if to your point, if he's running 12th, he's not finishing.
Man, that was hard. Killian's my favorite trail runner of all time.
I can't believe you just picked against him.
He's a chump.
Oh my gosh.
I love Killian. You know I do.
I know. You're a huge.
I think it's pretty obvious that he's the best trail runner ever.
Yes.
I don't feel like he's had the best year. He had his knee.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's getting older.
At Chianti.
So I don't know. Like obviously if Killian went out and just smoked it and won this thing, I would be like, yeah, that's freaking Killian.
Everyone, duh. Yeah.
The only problem that I have with my top 5 is that if Killian Jornet is in the podium, if he's running, good luck. He's gonna pass you.
Mm.
So that part I would be like, yikes on my pick. But David Roach is fast as shit.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah. I mean, I he's crazy good, dude. Do you think so? You also put Dan Jones M4, repeating at M4. Did you notice that?
Yeah, no, not at the time I didn't, but
So you got Caleb Olson out of the top 5.
well, He should have won the race on Saturday.
The 30K.
Yeah.
The Twisted Fork 30K.
You let us down, Caleb.
Yeah, you let us down. We picked you. You failed. Scott,
Caleb Olson's going to be up there, dude.
Scott, can you look up Jeff Browning's what time he has to go for the 50?
Scott's hot take is that Hans Troyer will lead Western through 50K.
He's only 24, so he's going to send it. He's 24 years old. Oh, so he's 2009 Killian.
He's going out hot.
So, okay, if he's going out hot, is someone going with him?
I mean, yeah, because I don't know if you can go out any faster than these people do. Like, go ahead and run with David Roach or Rod Farvard.
Yeah.
They're going to be flying.
Yeah. Okay. Shout out to our boy Jeff Browning. Jeff Browning is in the race. He is going for the 50 or older course record.
Yep.
What do they call that? Like there's something for Masters. That's 40 plus is Masters. Is 50 also Masters? It's just the 50 Masters?
Great Masters.
Oh yeah, like Grandpa.
Like great grandpa.
Yeah. So the 50 Great Masters. He's got to beat 1814.
Okay, well, if Jeff Browning's going for it and he says he can do it, I'm going to assume he can do it.
I assume he can. I don't know if you probably haven't followed his training.
No.
Every weekend for like 4 or 5 weeks in a row, he spent heat training in the Grand Canyon at 100 degrees. Like rim to rim to rim, or
nice.
half a rim job, sometimes a full rim job.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if I could handle the full.
A full rimmy is, you got to be committed.
That is, I mean, it's hot. It is hot down there.
You're talking about sweating in here.
I mean, the Grand Canyon, bro. Give me a half. No, bro.
Oh, dude, that's why no one's hitting an R2 D2.
No, you got R1.
R1. I've never done the Remy,
I haven't either.
but I've said it before. You'll do anything once.
Anything.
Why aren't we gonna go hit the Remy?
Let's go.
Just get a little jobby job.
What if you're gonna go all the way down there? You got to do the rim to rim to rim.
If you're going all the way down, do everything.
I want to do the DC peaks in reverse. I'd rather do that than
Then a Remy?
than a rim job.
That's rude.
What? I would. DC peaks. We gotta wrap this shit up.
Oh man. Anyway, okay. 1816. Jeff Browning, go get it, dog. We're cheering for you, and we also believe
he'll do it.
I think he goes sub 17. I think he beats it by an hour and change. He might even beat it by freaking 2 hours, but he's definitely going sub 17. So go get it, Jeff. Comments. To your comments on last week's pod. Would you like me to read it, sir? Do you have a glare? Okay, I'll read. At Irish Dragon 666. Whoa.
Heyo.
Jeez. Michael Versteeg over here, the 666 take.
I hope it's nice.
At Irish Dragon. At Irish Dragon 666. I only discovered you guys a few months ago, but wanted to say that you've nailed that old school podcast feel that's missing from a lot of shows these days. No performance, no airs and graces. Just two brothers hanging real and talking shit about the things they love. This is my go-to podcast for running current affairs and news. Please keep making great content.
Oh, thank God.
Bro, they're coming to us for current affairs and news? So we got to, get accurate.
I was a little worried that the Dragon 666 was going to come after us.
Just bring a fire breathing.
That was a great comment. Dude, that's our dog.
Irish Dragon 666 on your Remy.
Yeah, bro.
Just fire breathing on that rim job.
Let's go hit that Ouija board together, bro.
Ouija board. Hold on. Can I try to comprehend this sentence. This is my go-to podcast for running. Awesome.
Yeah.
We're so happy that you come to us for running.
He probably means current events in the running realm.
For running current affairs and news.
Not hitting politics.
Okay. We're also not super accurate with our running
There was a
news.
Oh, no, like you usually go and find some.
Yeah, it's all real and factual.
Yeah, you'll say like, hey, so some 16-year-old just beat the record, whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I understand what he's saying.
I'm there now.
That's
Irish D.
thanks, Irish D. I got Irish D.
You do have Irish D.
You got Indian D.
You know what comment I hate? Here's another stupid thing that people say. TMI.
Too much information.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
My story I started this
That was
podcast
TMI.
with,
That was definitely TMI.
or your Irish D. That's,
What do you mean
are,
Irish D? I'm talking about my Instagram handle.
right, and my Indian D. None of that is too much information. If it's too
Agreed
much,
on that part.
turn around. Turn it up. Stop listening.
Turn around.
Turn around.
You know, if this podcast just isn't for you, turn around. What was that other one that you said? Hang up.
Yeah, I said hang up.
Just hang up or turn around. I will turn this podcast around.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm crying and sweating. I'm sorry, everybody. Next comment at Sage of Echoes. Hey, it's my dog's name.
Nice.
Just the Sage part.
Your dog's name's not Sage of Echoes.
No.
What a coincidence.
Crazy. It's only Sage.
My dog's name is Irish Dragon 666. Come on.
Your high school name was Irish D.
That's right. All right. Sage of Echoes.
I can't tell if these long races are becoming preparation for backyard ultra or if backyard runners are going to start crushing these distances. Perhaps both.
Okay, so we were talking about a 200-miler. Yeah.
In the
I can't
backyard
tell
ultras.
if these long races are becoming preparation for backyard ultra or if backyard.
Isn't the definition of backyard ultra where you do the 4.3 mile run and last man standing? If it's prep for that or if it's the other way around. Sage,
Is that how? Wait. Oh, they do run that far?
400 miles,
yeah, dude,
300 or 400 miles. I would. Oh, well, why?
Yeah. I don't know.
Wow, that is a intriguing comment.
Yeah.
That's got my mind spinning. I don't know either, bro.
I don't know. Maybe it's perhaps both where he ended. Okay, here's the last one.
It'd be better for your crew to just run in circles for 4 miles.
For 4 days.
Yeah.
I ain't crewing that.
Do your thing, dog. We'll just
See you on Thursday
be over here playing catch with the dragon.
with the dragon. At Laura Bellman 7682. Why?
Young. You already know.
Laura, why 7682? Is that the last 4 of his phone number?
No, he just let them pick whatever was next. His name's not even Lauren.
It's a guy, well, at least by the photo, at Laura Bellman. Laura Bellman, Mr.
Laura
Sir?
Bellman.
Dude, Broseph. Great comment.
Oh, that's the one.
We appreciate this comment. He says, Broken Arrow is in Olympic Valley, not Mammoth, not Tim Tollefson.
He's right.
Of course he's right. We are often wrong. We are sorry to everyone, including Tim Tollefson. And I mixed up Broken Arrow with the Mammoth Trail Fest, because the Mammoth Trail Fest is also a Golden Trail World Series, and so is Broken Arrow. And anything in California, isn't it just all the same? Like, it's in California.
It's all the same.
It's
Is that how
just-
you feel about Western?
That's how I feel about Texas. It's like I was in Texas. It's like another country. They
Yeah.
certainly believe they're another country.
Well, they got a little. There's a little difference there.
Yeah, it's in California.
They can fly their flag above the American flag.
In Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in California, they can't even fly their flag. Somebody will get offended and
They'll just burn it.
they won't. They'll burn it down.
California, you burn it. Texas, you just put it down below theirs.
Yeah.
That's the difference. That's basically the only difference between Texas and California.
Well, and in California, you can just raid the streets, and you don't like something, you just like get everybody. Let's go blow some stuff up. and
Well, Texas, you
steal
got to be
some
careful
stuff.
doing that because they all packing.
That's why they don't do it.
They shoot your ass.
Yeah, they will. But in California, you can steal anything under a certain dollar amount, and there's
they
like
have
no law.
Do they have a mountain in Texas?
Uh,
I was just kidding when I
There
said
might
there's
be
no
a hill.
difference.
There might be a hill there.
Which state's better?
What? You're asking Texas by 1,000.
Why?
If I'm picking a place to live or picking a place to work, no state income tax. I got tons of property for a cheap value.
Uh-huh.
I can pack heat,
It's not as beautiful.
put a cap in your face.
It's not as beautiful as California.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
Not when Houston is flooding. You know how beautiful that is?
Bro, it's not as beautiful as
Texas is,
California.
oh yeah, California is beautiful, just burning,
Fine.
smoggy.
That part sucks, but there is tons of beauty there.
I know. I love it when I'm in San Francisco stepping over
I'm not
human
talking about.
shit.
I don't like big cities. The skyline, the picture of it, beautiful city. I'm talking about like,
Okay, I'm playing, bro.
no, you hate California, and I'm
I
from
would
there.
never. I would never live there. I would never be born there.
I don't want to move there.
Why
but
were you
I am
born
from
there?
there. I was
I-
born there.
I would never be born there. That's lame.
You would never be born there.
I would never be
You
born
were
there.
born on a reservation.
That is almost offensive.
Why? It's true.
Then you stole the land from me. That's why it's offensive. California is beautiful. The beach is, it's amazing. It is one of my family's favorite vacation spots. We've been going to Southern California once, twice, or 3 times a year for 20 years. It is absolutely beautiful. Perfect temperatures.
Oh, don't.
It's awesome.
No.
But if I'm picking a place to live between those two, it ain't even a discussion.
I didn't.
Texas. If
Yeah,
I'm
there's
picking a trail run and I want to go run, between the two, California.
I have
go around
family.
California.
I have family in Huntington Beach. If I had to go live there with them, I would be down.
Yes. As long as I don't have to pay the taxes. State income tax, property tax, I'm out. Traffic, I'm out. Smog, I'm out.
They don't care if you live in a tent on the street
Oh, then no
and
taxes
just
there.
have one of your little doggy bags.
I'm in.
San
I'm,
Francisco certainly doesn't even care if you have the doggy bag.
I am conditioned.
So therefore, you are ready to go. You don't have to pay property tax.
I'm conditioned.
The government, will take care of you.
Okay. Maybe that was a tangent. I have no idea. Well, I don't even know what day it is.
It was because of Laura, who we called Lauren.
Okay, fine, whatever. All right, closing remarks. Western States Week, Lavaredo Week. I'm going to be traveling. We're still going to hit a couple pods while I'm gone. I'm hoping that we get good audio and we deliver on some awesome content. Post-race review of my own race. Post-race review of Western. And then the week after that, Hard Rock preview.
Do you want to call in like Marcy Van Horn was during Tahoe?
Oh my gosh, that was so funny, bro. Marcy Van Horn dropping bars. Dropping bars, bro. She's at the Tahoe 200, suffering with breathing, and sending me audio voice DMs, slipping right into my DMs with audio
I know.
while she's 28 hours
You could
into
hear
the Tahoe
you could hear
200.
her feet shuffling on the.
Hey, Pepe. Oh, dude, so funny. I'll have to play those maybe next time. But yes, maybe I'll send you some audio from Lavaredo.
Why don't you man up and let's go live
From Italia?
from your race?
whoa, then I won't be locked into my race. Let me lock in, bro.
That would be considered a mistake. Or a blunder.
Let me lock in.
All right, wrap it up.
Let me lock in. All right. Good luck, everyone. Good luck to all the runners, male, female, and otherwise. Whatever you want to do on this Juneteenth day of inclusivity and love. This has been another episode of The Next Aid Station.